Hey, Cendriel here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we are starting the trial for Vendetta, aka La Lupa. And her trial is just for this weekend, so in case you guys haven't hopped on Overwatch recently, feel free to check her out. So she is the first melee DPS hero. Kind of like if you play Marvel Rivals, she's kind of like Magic. And I'm going to display her skills by pressing F1. So here are her skills. So she has 275 overall health points. Half of it is armor, half of it is regular health. She has a big broadsword, and you can combo swing and all that. And then she has a block. She also has a really cool ultimate that we'll take a look later. She also has a forward dash, and she also has a where she can like throw her sword and fly to it and swing accordingly. She also has a new passive which is called Onslaught, and you can see it in the middle if you can see the cat very briefly. It's when she strikes enemies and increase movement speed and attack speed. So yeah, and then here the perks. So those are the perks, so you guys can read over it. Siphoning Strike, Overhead Strike gains 30% lifesteal, and for the second one, for the minor perk, Relentless Onslaught can stack 3 more times, increasing attack speed by 5 and movement speed by 4 per stack. For her major perks, the last player to land a killing blow on you becomes a target, so kind of reminds me of like Daredevil targeting in Marvel Rivals. So eliminate the target to gain 125 overhealth and reset cooldowns. So I'd imagine if like a hit scan player is picking you off real easily, this could probably be a good perk for you to pick. And her next one for a major perk that you are able to select at level 3, Whirlwind Dash continues to spin, hitting 3 more times for 40 damage in a wide area. So we'll go ahead and display all of her attacks right now. So this is her base attack, and I have my friend modeling what it looks like in third person. And then her right click is a block, so it doesn't necessarily block damage per se, but we shall go over to an enemy bot shooting so you guys can see. So as she takes damage, there's a sound cue, and there's also a bar on the right side. So that's like the integrity of your block. And of course, when you let go, it recharges. So E, you basically... and that's what it looks like in third person. So E, you basically, she just throws her sword and you fly to it. There's no like finish attack at the end, but you can just primary attack. Yeah, so you just primary attack. And you can also do it's diagonally or directionally. So you can also look up, or I assume you can also look down too. Yeah, so you can also look down. So if you're in the sky already, you can look down and like quick pick someone on the ground as well. So that looks like this.
Disgraceful.
Oh, so that's really good. And then her shift is she just goes forward and swings. Oh, she goes forward and swings around, coggers.
Impenetrable.
And then, yep, so while you are blocking, you can also left click. And it just throws like a slash of attacks. But when you do that, it takes down your integrity of your right click, so you just want to make sure you use that sparingly. So it's like a Reinhardt horizontal fire strike. So that does not headshot, but it does good amount of damage. So if you have a full full integrity on your right click. You can left click slash, like throw your slash 3 times. So something to keep in mind. Okay. And that's what it looks like. Pretty cool. Again, it reminds me of Magic, so that's pretty cool as also a Rivals enjoyer myself. Alright, so her Q is very interesting. We were experimenting with it earlier. So basically with the Q, you can swap your shoulder constantly until it goes off. And that basically, I assume the devs added that to like cover up your blind spot. So that's a pretty like good way to not handicap yourself while you're like stuck in your ult. So now we'll get Blazer to demonstrate the Q in third person.
Retribution comes! Retribution comes!
Yeah, pretty cool. And so this ult is very interesting because you can also combine it with your skills as well. So let me demonstrate. So I can combine it with my E, shift, and my block, and I can change the direction of like where my ult's coming from to like try to like, if there's like an enemy, Ana, trying to sleep dart you, this is like a really good way to avoid getting sleep dart. So basically you can just press E, block, shift somewhere else, and then Q. So very like Doomfist-esque in that way, which is very interesting with her Q. So definitely when you're pressing Q, if you're not queuing in front of a Ana, you definitely want to get some aerial before you press your Q. But yeah, so we're going to talk about her onslaught. So basically every time you do an attack, this number in the middle of the screen that you see right above the ult charge, it goes up to 5. And the higher the charge, you can see how fast I'm moving right now. And you can keep it going as long as I am damaging enemies. So this will probably be good against like capture point, or if everyone's on the payload. If you keep smacking them, you're just constantly going to be very speedy in that sense. So it's a very interesting passive, but it makes her very mobile too. So very, very creative with what the devs did here. But yeah, so next we shall, since we both basically talked about everything, so her swings and all of her skills and her passive, we can talk about her perks now. So just reading the perks, so the siphoning strike, overhead strike, so that's basically on her third swing. See that move that does the headshot, that gains 30% lifesteal. So that's what that perk is. So unless you want to try to like cancel out the overhead strike, and you can do that with meleeing. So do that and then melee, and then you can go to the next one and then melee again. So unless you're trying to cancel, because there's like an extra charge up time with the overhead swing, if you're trying to get your attacks out faster by canceling out with melee, maybe the siphoning strike isn't like the best perk for you to pick. So we, for sake of demonstration's sake, we are going to pick Relentless perk, which is the right click once you hold left alt once you get level 2. So this basically, it increases, so we can stack 3 more times with Relentless. That means instead of 5, it should go to 8. Yeah, so, but the fast speed doesn't start at 5, it starts at 8, but once you get to 8, you get a little bit of a boost. So again, normal stack, normal cap is 5, you don't get that max speed unless you hit 8. So that's it right here, and you can see that I'm moving a lot faster. So again, once you get to that 8 stack, it increases your attack speed by 5 and move speed by 4 per stack. So, of course, if it's stacked higher, then you're going to get even faster. So we'll let Blazer demonstrate the perk for the onslaught.
ever-burning flame.
So yeah, he's speed. And it's interesting because since they're, you can tell when Vendetta has speed because you can see her boots are glowing green, kind of like what it looks like when you're in a Lucio speed boost aura. So if you can really like mess up the back line with Vendetta, then this perk is perfect for you. But of course we're in the trial mode, so always all things to test out. Okay, so for Major Strike, which is selectable at level 3. So again, last player to land a killing blow. So that's pretty much straightforward. So we probably won't, we probably don't need to demonstrate that one. So if there's like a Widow, I think Widow would be really good. Or like any hit scans in general, or maybe a Hanzo. As long as you're able to get close to them, if you can eliminate them, you can get 125 over health. So you can just be like a mini tank. So Raging Storm, so we shall collect, or we shall pick the Raging Storm perk.
At last, my prize.
So Whirlwind Dash continues to spin, hitting 3 more times for 40 damage. So it's just your shift, which is your Whirlwind Dash, just lasts longer. Yeah, and then you can also tell, so there was like an extra like gold streak when Blazer was like shifting forward. So I don't know if that's like because of the default, because of the perk. But the sound cues are really cool. This is what it looks like. So yeah, that looks really cool. It looks like there was like some rockets coming out of her back too. That was interesting. Yeah. Like her belt has like rockets or something. You can see it. But yeah, so that's Vendetta. V for Vendetta. If anyone has watched that show.
Arriva la punizione!
But yeah, that's her skills. Those are her perks right now. So again, the trial is good for this weekend, and we won't see her until next season. So go out there, try her now while you still can. Our first ever DPS melee enjoyer here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe hang out, twitch.tv/cendriel, or maybe become a YouTube member, as we also live stream on YouTube as well. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.